Love and silence. Mohammed was a young man, living his life under the burden of pain after losing his father at an early age. Life was not kind to him, as he faced the harshness of the days in all its details, and searched for the security he lacked. Even in love, he did not find success, and was disappointed more than once. But one day, a little girl appeared in his life. She was like an angel to him. He did not have the courage to express his feelings, as she did not realize anything about his love that grew with time. At the same time, he was forced to marry her sister, and at the same time, her sister loved someone else, and despite all this, the circumstances were always against him. I saw her as an innocent child. She did not know that she owned my heart from the first moment. I dreamed of living happily with her, but life was always cruel. Mohammed held on to a weak hope, and traveled to another city to try to forget that she was engaged to someone else, and after a few days, the separation took place after waiting for days and nights in the hope of achieving his dream. He decided to go to her and tell her of his great love. When the opportunity arose, Mohammed traveled to the city where Hoda lives. Mohammed, hesitantly. This is the time. There is no going back. I will go to her and confess everything to her. Mohammed knocks on Hoda's door, and she opens the door smiling. Mohammed, nervously. Hello Hoda, I was thinking, would you like to go to the cinema with me today? Hoda smiles lightly. Of course, it would be fun to go. Mohammed's heart was jumping with joy. Finally, the opportunity he had been waiting for years had come. They went out together and entered the elevator, but something was unexpected. Hoda, her facial expression suddenly changed. Mohammed, I've heard a lot about you. They say that you are not the person I thought you were. You have become scary in my eyes. How can I trust you? Mohammed, in shock and painful silence. I am not who they say. But I don't know how to prove it to you. Her words were like a sword piercing his heart. He remained silent, a deep wound that could not be described inside him. He carried the pain with him as they headed for the carriage ride. The sea was beside them, the street lights were shining, but the echo of the horse's footsteps accompanied the beating of his broken heart. At the cinema. They enter the cinema, the lights dim, and the film starts on the screen. Mohammed, in a troubled inner voice. Now, I have to tell her. I have to tell her that I love you. Mohammed, whispering to himself. No, it won't work. She doesn't see me now, she doesn't see the truth. Mohammed, struggling internally. But I have to try. Maybe there is a chance. Do I beg, scream to the world that I love you? Do you believe that I have a love for you that transcends time? No, she's not ready to understand. He was silent and chose to be silent, his heart aching and crying sadly. The conflict inside him was so great that he could not solve it. He finally decided to be silent and to bury his words in his heart, just as he buried his dreams. The movie continued, but Mohammed was lost in his thoughts, unable to communicate with the outside world. They leave the cinema. The atmosphere is cold. Mohammed accompanies Hoda to her house. Hoda, simply. Thank you for today, Mohammed. It was fun. Mohammed, with a broken smile. You are welcome, Hoda. I hope to see you soon. They reached her door, and Hoda left, leaving Mohammed standing alone. There was great love in his heart, but he could not express it. The love he intended to declare was cut off the moment he backed away. Mohammed continued on his way, and with him a pain he will never forget. And so Mohammed's story ended incomplete. The obstacle was not only fate, but also his fear and silence. Love was buried in his heart, like an unhealed wound, holding memories of lost love and missed opportunities.